Unknown time and place. Or unknown place and time, I guess. I open my eyes and look around. It's pitch black everywhere. Where am I? This doesn't look like my room. Suddenly a familiar and unpleasant scent fills the air. What's that smell? Curiosity takes hold of me and I find myself looking around the place for the source. Where the heck am I? After a while, my eyes adjust to the darkness and I'm finally able to see the huge dark stain on the floor before me. Is this blood? And then it occurs to me that not only was I in some weird room, my body was also moving on its own accord. What's going on? Is this a dream? I can't control my own body. This has to be a dream. My body comes to a halt in front of an open room, and what I saw inside terrified me. Blood was splattered everywhere, on the floor and walls. And the bed that was in the far end of the room was dripping in blood. I wanted to retreat from the scene, but no matter how hard I try, my body just won't move. Neither can I shut my eyes. It's no use. I feel like I was trapped in someone else's body as it started to move on its own again, and I was powerless to do anything. I enter the room and continue walking. For a second, I imagine the worst. As I looked ahead, luckily, what greets me is not a corpse, but a symbol written in blood on the floor. What the hell is this? My body starts to move again. I go into the room and walk up to the symbol. Stop. Why am I walking towards that bloody symbol? It's no use. No matter how much I protest or try to fight back, my body just won't listen. I try to avoid looking at the symbol, but something was pulling me toward it. What could this mean? I've never seen anything like this before. Just then, I felt like I got back the control over my body. What the heck is happening? Screw this! I look around the room for any hints that could tell me what this place is. I notice a mirror. I stare back in horror at the reflection that greets me. It's me. Only, my face is drenched in blood. What's going on? My reflection raises its head and looks straight at me. No, this can't be. I smile. Or rather, my reflection does. No! I jolt awake. Sweat trickles down my forehead and back. What was that? I take a quick glance around the room. Everything's normal. I guess it was only a dream. Actually, it was more like a nightmare. I stare at my trembling hands. Relax, Kazuki. It was just a bad dream. A really bad dream. I get up and go straight into the bathroom to wash my face. What a nightmare that was. I look at the mirror, and the image of my smiling face covered in blood instantly flashes through my mind. I shut my eyes. I know it was just a dream, but it felt so real. I can still smell the blood. What's happening to me? It was a rhetorical question. I'm not sure I want to know the answer. Calm down. This isn't the first time you've had a chilling nightmare. I've been plagued with creepy nightmares ever since my parents' death. I've never told anyone this, but in these nightmares, I'd be staying in front of my parents' car, watching my father plead for help. I want to help him, but for some reason my body just won't budge. The dream would end with me being unable to help him. But I know this memory is a false one, because my parents died when their car fell off the cliff. They were killed instantly. I'm probably getting too deep in the phantom cases. My mind's starting to play twisted games on me. It's causing me to have these bizarre nightmares. Come to think of it, it's been a while since I last visited my parents' graves. I guess I should go visit them sometime. I flinched at the sound of the doorbell. It also caused me to lose my train of thought. Who would be dropping by at this hour? Damn it, I'm coming. Maybe it's the apartment manager. What does he want? What is... Aki? I stare at Aki in shock. I didn't expect to see her here. What are you doing here?
Gosh, Kazuki, do you know what time it is?
Huh? What?
It's 10 a.m., Kazuki. Everyone is waiting for you to show up at work.
What? It can't be 10. My alarm didn't even go off.
We tried to call you, but we couldn't get through for some reason. That's why I'm here. We thought something had happened to you. I was really worried about you.
Is this a dream? What's going on here?
Kazuki? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just a little confused here.
We had a long day yesterday. You should be getting some rest when you're at home. What have you been doing?
She eyes me suspiciously. Hey, I wasn't doing anything weird, if that's what you're thinking.
Whatever. Shouldn't you change your clothes? You're still in your pajamas, you know.
I take a look at my outfit. She's right. I am still in my pajamas. Oh, right, give me a minute. I leave the front door ajar and then I rush in my room to change.
Hey, am I supposed to just stand here?
Oh, feel free to come in. Okay, where's my work uniform? There it is.
Come to think of it, I've never been inside your apartment. This is my first time here. In fact, none of us have entered your apartment before.
Don't mind the kiss poster. Oh, really? I wonder if they were ever really big in Japan.
Yep.
Well, it's not like you guys are missing anything. I mean, there's nothing special about my place. It's just an ordinary apartment. I could hear Aki wandering around the hallway. The first door on the left is the bathroom, the second room is the toilet, and at the end of the corridor is the kitchen.
Oh, your apartment's nice. I like the design.
And real quick, in case you're wondering if you're living in a Western-style apartment and wonder what he's talking about, the toilet and the shower are separate rooms. So, the Japanese shower room, or technically it would be literally the bathroom, I guess, is much, much bigger than what you'd find out west. They take the whole cleaning ritual a lot more seriously than us or something, I don't know. Yeah, I'm still getting dressed, so don't enter my room, okay?
Don't worry, I won't. You know, Suzumi figured you'd still be sleeping at this hour, so she insisted that we give you a wake-up call.
That's just great. Thanks, Suzumi. Speaking of which, I should check my phone. I pick up my phone. What? It's off. But I never turned it off. Could it be that my battery died? I try to turn it on, but to no avail. Yeah, the battery's dead.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nothing. My phone battery's dead, that's all.
Oh, well, it happens.
Yeah. I put my phone into my pocket. I guess I can charge my phone at work. I certainly don't have the time to do that now.
You don't have an alarm clock?
No, I count on my phone's alarm clock to wake me up.
You're super attached to your phone, aren't you?
Who isn't?
True. By the way, Michiko called.
Oh, did they find out something?
No, it was about the surveillance video with the Phantom. The one you found at Duty Hall Square.
And?
Well, she told us that they're unable to fix the video quality, but they will ask around and see if anyone has seen the guy. They'll also check for other cameras around the place. Maybe the Phantom got recorded in other areas too.
I see. I doubt they'll find anything, though.
Yeah, Michiko said exactly the same thing.
Alright, I'm ready. We can go now.
Oh, that was fast. Aren't you going to eat something first?
Nah, I'm good. I'm not really hungry at the moment.
Okay, if you say so. Let's go.
We leave my apartment and head towards Yggdrasil. So, Suzumi had some news for us, right? Did she tell you guys yet?
Oh, right. Yep, she told us. In fact, Big Bro is looking into it right now.
Looking into it? What do you mean?
Just so you know, I won't be able to explain this as good as Suzumi did.
I know, it's okay. Just fill me in on the details.
For the past few days, Suzumi's been trying to get us access to all of the police databases, including the monitoring and supervision systems.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I'm not done yet. Anyway, now we have access to the face recognition system, too. Big Bro's extremely happy about that.
I can imagine.
But that's not all. We even have a firearm permit now.
What?
Yep. But that also means we'll need to get some training.
That's shocking. I never imagined we'd be allowed to use firearms. I wonder why Suzumi suddenly requested for a firearm permit.
Is something wrong?
No, I'm just surprised to hear about the firearms.
We are just as shocked as you are. You should have seen Big Bro's expression. Oh my god, he looked like a kid who's just got his Christmas present or something.
Why am I not surprised?
That's Big Bro for you. He's like a kid sometimes.
But then, why does Suzumi need our signatures for that?
Well, you see, the procedure to get those permits are really complicated. Legal affairs and all that have to be taken into account, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why we all need to agree on it. There's a huge stack of papers we need to read and sign, too.
I see. So basically, it's a liability contract in which we promise to never use the systems or firearms for illegal purposes or personal affairs. If we are to break the law, then Irisol will be held accountable. Something like that.
Yep,
Standard law stuff.
I guess you can say that. In any case, everything will be available only from our office's main computer. And needless to say, all our actions will be monitored.
So we can only access it at work.
That's right.
This will definitely help us. It'll save us a lot of time in our investigations as well. But why did Suzumi request for a firearms permit all of a sudden?
You don't seem that happy about it. Is something bothering you?
No, I think it's great.
You're a hard guy to figure out, Kazuki.
Just then I realized something. Hey,
What is it now?
doesn't Suzumi already have a permit for firearms?
Yep, she sure does.
Then why did she request for another permit?
Isn't it obvious? The permit's for us.
I get that, but why?
Well, I don't know why. She probably requested it for our safety. After all, we are working on more dangerous cases now, so... I don't know.
I guess you're right.
Hello, I'm back!
Hi.
And I found our lost puppy.
Whatever. Hey, where is everyone?
Hello? I'm right here, you know.
Yeah, and I greeted you.
Suzumi and Akito went to the crime scene.
What? And they didn't tell me?
Well, because... How should I say this? You weren't here?
Haha, very funny. They could have given me a call or something.
We couldn't reach you earlier, so we didn't bother to try.
Oh, right. I forgot that my phone's dead. Crap. They could have called Aki. Wait, did you know about this? I turned to look at Aki.
Huh? I had no clue. Honest.
We received the news after Aki left the office, so no, she had no idea.
Damn. Okay, where is it?
You really think I'm going to tell you?
Yeah, it's the reason why I'm here.
And it's a good thing you're here too, because I have some papers for you to read and sign. I'm sure Aki's already given you the gist of our current situation.
I give Kaoru an incredulous look. You're kidding, right?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Come on, this is not funny. The Phantom's committed another murder and you want me to stay here and read some stupid papers? Kaoru stares at me in silence. My outburst must have startled her a bit. Look, I'm sorry, it's just... I can sign these papers some other time. Please, just tell me where they went.
Suzumi told me to make sure that you sign the papers.
I get it. She's punishing me for being late, isn't she?
You may call it whatever you like.
What a pain. Why do I need to read these anyway? Jeez.
It's not that many, Kazuki. Just do it.
Like, what's the difference? This may compromise the ending, so... I'm gonna be a jerk and read through them. Okay. I pick up the documents and start reading. The work of law enforcement officials is considered to be a social service of great importance, whereas a threat to the life and safety of law enforcement officials. Law enforcement officials have a vital role in the protection of the right to life, liberty, and security of a person, as guaranteed in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's also reaffirmed in the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. Oh, really? Article 3 of the Code of Conduct for Law Enforcement Officials provides that law enforcement officials may use force only when strictly necessary, and to the extent required for the performance of their duty. Yeah, okay. Law enforcement officials, in relations with persons in custody or detention, shall not use firearms, except in self-defense or in the defense of others against the immediate threat of death, serious injury, or when strictly necessary to prevent the escape of a person in custody or detention, or in dangerous situations referred in Principle 9. Good grief, just how long is this document? Well, needless to say, I skipped some sections. Okay, I skipped a lot. They didn't seem that important, and they were just stating the obvious. Any persons affected by the use of force and firearms, along with their legal representatives, will have access to an independent process and a judicial process. In the event of the death of such persons in question, this provision will then be applied to their dependents. Yeah, that makes sense for them to do that. It's the official's responsibility to ensure that firearms are used only in appropriate circumstances and in a manner likely to decrease the risk of unnecessary harm. Yeah, this was already mentioned earlier, don't need to repeat it. I take a quick peek at the clock. Okay, I've read enough. I flip to the end. Having been duly appointed a law enforcement officer... Is this the official term for us now? I guess no one bothered to change it to Yggdrasil for us, huh? Of the city of Utna. I do solemnly swear that I will defend, enforce, and obey the Constitution and laws of the Escaria and the Charter and ordinances of the city of Utna. That I will protect the rights, lives, and property of all the citizens and uphold the honor of the police force with my life if need be. This I solemnly swear. I quickly sign the document. Kazuki Koyama! Exclamation point. Done.
Really? You read the whole thing, right?
Yeah, sure, don't worry.
Okay.
So, where are they? Kaoru hands me a sheet of paper.
That's the address.
Alright. I turn to leave, but then it occurs to me they have no means of transportation. Did they take Akito's car?
Yes, you can take the company car.
Okay, I'll be going now.
Hey, what about us?
You and I are going to set up the system for the main computer. I'll teach you how to use it first. You can teach the guys how to operate it later.
Oh, that means we'll be able to spy on them, right?
It's not really for spying on people, you know.
I know that. I'm just kidding.
She smiles innocently at Kaoru. Kaoru gives her a dubious look in return. Okay, it's a good thing I get to leave. I grab the company car keys. I'm off. Take care.
See you.
Bye-bye.
The Phantom has struck again. This would make it his fifth victim. Damn it. Just who is he, and what is he trying to show us? What is he after? I'm starting to talk to myself again. I should hurry. I enter the parking lot and pause. Wait, I should see where it's located first. I take out the paper and unfold it. Yonsan-gu 8. Yeah, I have no idea where that is, and my phone is dead, so I can't use the GPS. This is just perfect. Wait, I think there's a phone charger in the car. Then again, I could be wrong. I don't know if this is just code? Might as well take a look. I enter the car and start searching around for a phone charger. It should be around here, somewhere. Ah, bingo! I quickly connect the charger to my phone. It's going to take a while to charge, so I might as well drive out of the parking lot for now. 10 minutes later. Yes, my phone's working again. I enter the address into my GPS. Okay, I'm all set. Should be there in about 27 minutes. I'm about to hit the road when suddenly my phone gets bombarded with several notifications. Jeez, what the heck? Missed calls, should have known. Let's see. Suzumi and Akito both called me earlier. Huh, there's even a text message from Suzumi. Says, where the hell are you? That's sweet. Oh great, there's another one. Are you dead? If you're still alive, I'll personally come over to kill you right now. Hugs and kisses. Isn't she just lovely? I turn on the GPS navigation and start driving. As I approach my destination, an ominous feeling falls over me. I feel like I've forgotten something very important. I reach the crime scene a couple minutes later. Sorry, but this residence is off limits. I show him my ID. Oh, you're also a detective from Yggdrasil. Sorry for the confusion. The crime scene's a complete mess, and we're still getting things sorted out. It's okay. Do you know who the victim is? All I know is the victim was some wealthy software engineer. A software engineer? That's unexpected. Anyway, your colleague's already inside. The crime scene technician is already done with collecting the evidence, so you're free to look around the place. Thanks. The officer raises the tape for me so that I can enter. I sometimes wonder if there's something wrong with you guys. I mean, you kids really get into these investigations. I ignore the officer and proceed ahead. The doors are open, so I went ahead and head inside. I knew this was a big house just by looking at it from the outside, but I had no idea it was going to be just as grand on the inside. I feel like I've seen this place. Or maybe it was a house similar to this one. I probably saw this house in an advertisement or something. This guy must be extremely wealthy. I surveyed the place and spotted an alarm system next to the door. How did the Phantom get in this time? I studied the surroundings and turned left. There's a set of stairs leading up to the second floor. I should check out the second floor. I head up the stairs and see Akito standing at the end of the corridor. What's he doing? I start walking over to him. Akito's facing my direction, but he doesn't make eye contact with me. He appears to be in deep thought. Just then, I smell it. Blood. I frown and quicken my steps. Hey, you look stressed. What do we have here? Akito glances at me and says nothing. I don't think he heard a word of what I said.
Hey, sorry. I just don't understand it.
Understand what? What are you talking about?
To be honest, I was happy we were finally getting somewhere with the case and all. I even thought that maybe we'll be able to stop him. But in the end, nothing has changed.
What's wrong with him? He's acting weird. Is it something you saw? Hey, are you okay?
Yeah,
He quickly wipes his face with his hand before continuing.
Anyway, did you see this place? It's huge!
Yeah, it sure is.
Suzumi went to talk to the other investigators, so I was left to wander around this place for a bit. Man, I almost got lost here. What about you? You didn't have any problems getting here?
Not really. I haven't really looked around the place. Not really interested in checking out this guy's house anyway.
Really? You should check out the halls, dude. It's super fancy.
I look at him askance.
Or not. Anyhow, the victim's name is Deshi Mar. He's 32 years old and he was a software engineer.
Deshi Mar? Where have I heard that name before? And who found the body? The housekeeper. Did the police already question her?
Yes, but she wasn't much of a help. I expected as much. After all, she only comes here twice a week to clean the place.
Did she notice any unusual activities the last few days?
Yeah, one thing.
What's that?
Apparently, the alarm went off 2 days ago.
What? You mean someone broke in?
Yeah, and you know what the oddest part about this is? Nothing was stolen. The police arrived on the scene very quickly, but they were unable to find a perpetrator, and they didn't notice anything unusual. The police believes it was a false alarm, that the system malfunctioned or something.
Do you think the Phantom set it off?
It's possible. Perhaps he was trying to figure out how the security system works.
Yeah, that could be the case. It's too bad we don't have any proof to back up our theory. Still, it's strange that nothing else happened.
I know.
How does the security system work anyway?
Well, there are 2 entries to the house, right? One at the front and one at the back.
Okay, and?
It's actually not that complicated. I'm sure you noticed the panel next to the door when you came in, right?
Yeah, go on.
Once the door is opened, you'll need to enter the 4-digit security code. Otherwise, it'll trigger off the alarm.
I see. And how much time does it give you to enter the code?
30 seconds.
Interesting. I'd say that's enough time for the perpetrator to try whatever he had planned.
What was he planning?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh.
I assume no one knows how he got here.
Yeah.
Alright, any family or relatives?
Sadly, Denshi was an orphan. He excelled in his academics and was an A+ student. He even received a scholarship in social housing. That's why he was able to graduate from one of the top universities.
So he was a talented and intelligent guy who eventually landed a job, and he got promoted until he became one of the most well-paid software engineers we know.
Yup, that pretty much sums it up. So, to answer your question, no, he doesn't have any family, relatives, or even friends for that matter.
Jeez, couldn't you have just told me that in the beginning? Not interested in hearing about the guy's life story.
But he is married.
What? Where's his wife then?
She's on vacation.
On vacation. I give Akito a speechless look. Her husband just got murdered and she goes on a vacation. Seriously. Akito shrugs in response.
Supposedly he's a bit of a homebody. His wife, on the other hand, enjoys traveling and other crazy stuff.
So he would just stay home and work diligently away while his wife travels around the world?
Yep.
He smiles before adding.
Well, you know, someone's gotta earn and someone's gotta spend.
Jeez. Can't believe people like that actually exist.
Right? I wish I was a girl.
I give Akito another speechless look.
What? I'm just kidding.
Sure you are. By the way, where's Suzumi?
Oh, I have no idea. We were together in the room where Denshimar's corpse was found, and she left to answer a call, so I guess she is somewhere nearby?
Then can you show me the room where Deshimar's body was found?
You betcha. It's a good thing the forensic team came and took his body.
What? Already?
Trust me, pal. You wouldn't want to see it.
Why? How did he die exactly?
He slit his throat.
Oh, that's messed up.
And that's not the worst part.
What do you mean?
Well, Denshi's body was on the ground with his legs straight and his arms slightly raised at the sides. It was like he was crucified on the ground. And the most twisted part? There are strips of blood on his hands and feet. It's almost like he was a sacrificial lamb for something. Who knows what the Phantom was thinking?
That's disturbing.
Isn't it?
Did you find a symbol or anything?
That's the problem. We didn't find any.
What? How is that possible? According to our theories, there should be some sort of text about God or a symbol referring to his occupation.
Oh, wait. There may be no symbol, but there is a text written in blood. What symbol would represent a software engineer anyway?
Good question. I didn't think of that. Crap, let's think of that later. What does the text say?
Something about the man has become one of us for he knows good and evil? Whatever that means. Oh, and that he can live forever or something.
I give him an amused look. I think I'll just read it myself. Akito scratches his head.
Good idea.
Is that everything?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Fantastic.
Oh, the police have secured his computer. Hopefully they'll be able to find something.
Okay, although I highly doubt they will.
Hey, you never know.
I doubt Deshi would store his valuable work on his computer. I mean, anyone could hack into it. Remember how Li Shang's hard drive was completely wiped out?
Oh, right. Darn.
Which way to his office? Suddenly a familiar voice chimes.
Oh, who do we have here?
I turn around and greet Suzumi with a smirk. Is that sarcasm I sense in your voice? I see that you're not surprised to see me here.
And why should I be?
Okay, maybe I should lay low here and not piss her off. She might make me investigate this case with Akito as a repercussion. I signed all the papers and got here as fast as I could.
I'm guessing you signed the papers without reading them. Am I right?
Yeah, I read it. It was just a bunch of boring legal stuff. Got tired of reading halfway through.
What? What? You actually read it?
Suzumi glances at Akito.
See? I told you he would read it. Looks like he's not that irresponsible.
Okay, so the choice gives you affection with him and nothing for her. The other one's the other way around. Not that irresponsible. I look at them suspiciously.
Gosh, Kazuki, you did it to spite me, didn't you?
What?
I guess it's up to me.
Why is Akito so happy that I read those documents? What happened between them when I wasn't here? Will someone tell me what's going on?
Well,
He pauses to look at Suzumi. She returns his look with a deadly glare.
I'll tell you later.
Sheesh, did they make a bet or something?
Anyway, did you take a look around the crime scene yet?
Not yet. Akito was just about to show me.
Alright, just to warn you, it's quite a mess in there. Oh, and the body's already been taken for a closer examination.
Yeah, Akito told me. Did you guys take any photos?
That won't be necessary. We have access to all the police databases now. Remember?
Right.
Follow me.
We follow Suzumi to the end of the corridor and turn left. Another corridor greets us.
His office is at the end of this corridor.
I look straight ahead and wrinkle my nose. The scent of blood is getting stronger with every step.
What? Are you scared?
Very funny. We follow Suzumi into a large room. I could tell right away that this room was his office, but what caught my attention wasn't the spacious office, but the blood patterns on the floor. It's a bloody mishmash of vertical and horizontal lines. It's appealing, and looking at it instantly sent chills up my spine. I'm guessing his body was placed in the center of the pattern. I crunched down and studied the pattern.
Yes. I assume Akito's already told you the specifics.
Yeah, this is quite disturbing.
What are you thinking?
I take a closer look at the pattern. It's symmetrical.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, but yes, it is.
We have no idea what it is, though.
I see.
There's no symbol, just this. And I'm pretty certain this isn't a symbol.
So Akito was telling the truth then.
Of course I was!
It doesn't make any sense. But then again, what kind of symbol would represent a software engineer?
Well, Denshi was a smart guy, and he worked in computer science, so maybe.
You better not say something dumb like a computer.
But it matches.
What would that symbolize?
I don't know. Advanced technology?
He's managed to render us speechless once again. Yeah, I think you should just stick to video games.
Maybe a microchip would serve as a symbol here.
Wow, you know about microchips?
Suzumi glares at him.
Gotcha. No more questions.
I guess it won't hurt to ask if anyone's seen one.
Yeah. After all, we don't have anything to lose at this point.
I stand back up and frown in puzzlement. It does somewhat resemble a symbol. Could it be something religious? After all, the Phantom does have a strange affinity for religious references. The texts and symbols affirm that. I think we should ask a reverend or pastor about this.
Huh? Someone from church? What for?
I think there may be some kind of religious message behind this.
Like what? Watch out for your back, I'm going to kill you!
I ignore him.
Kazuki may have a point here. The Phantom does like making religious references, so we can't rule out the possibility that it may be the case here too.
Fine, but even so, we don't know what religion he's referring to this time. I mean, I don't remember anything like that being mentioned in the Bible or Christian religion. What is there? A cross and a fish. Oh, and there's also a dove.
Jeez, does he ever shut up? Will you knock it off with your nonsensical rambling? We're trying to concentrate.
It's not nonsense, I'm trying to make a point here.
Whatever. Anyway, this pattern may mean anything. That's why we should check it out. Besides, no one said it's a Christian symbol. It could as well be a voodoo sign or some other hocus-pocus stuff.
A hocus pocus?
They both look at me, confusion etched on their faces. I simply shrug back. Just felt like saying it. Anyway, my point is that it could be anything.
Okay, I'll look into it. Haki used to like stuff like spiritual symbols, luck charms, etc., so maybe she will know something about it.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
I look around the room for the bloody message that Akito mentioned earlier. I see it on a giant mirror hung in the wall. It's rather visible. He didn't even bother to hide it this time. I walk up to the mirror. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Suzumi watching me closely.
That's the other clue the Phantom left for us.
Let's see. And the Lord said, Behold, the man has become one of us, to know good and evil. And now lest he put forth his hand, and reach out to the tree of life, and eat, and live forever. I think I just had a moment of deja vu. Suzumi stands next to me.
It has a sense of nostalgia to it, doesn't it?
Indeed. He's making another reference about becoming a god.
He's also talking about a tree of life and living forever.
Yeah, what can it mean?
Maybe he's referring to alchemy? You know, the stuff in myths and legends?
You mean like the Holy Grail?
Yeah, more or less.
Becoming god and eternal life. This guy's got some serious issues. I survey the room one more time.
Huh? Are you still looking for something?
There's nothing else.
Akito, you said his throat was slit, right?
Yeah.
So, shouldn't there be more blood?
Oh, he wasn't murdered here.
What?
His body was just moved here. He was actually killed in his bedroom.
I see. Then shouldn't we be examining the bedroom instead?
You don't want to go in there, trust me.
Besides, there's not much to see in there, just more blood.
Fine, if you say so. So what now?
Oh well, let's head back to HQ and brief everyone on the situation. We'll decide our next move after that.
Alright.
Okay, let's go.
Akido and Suzumi start walking out. I take one last glance around the room and at the bloody pattern before stepping out. Does he really believe he can become God? What if he's doing all this according to some myth or legend like Akido said? I wonder.
What's wrong?
He stops in his throat to look He stops in his track to look at me. Nothing. I'm just talking to myself.
Hey, let's go, guys!
We're coming! Dude, it's not good to be always talking to yourself like this. That's actually one of the symptoms of schizophrenia, you know?
Whatever. Stop yapping nonsense.
It's the truth, man!
I arrive at HQ first. I hurry up and park the car. Now I just have to wait for those two to arrive. There's something really unsettling about that pattern at the crime scene, and it bothers me that there's no objects or vital clues this time besides the text, that is. I try to think of some possible symbolisms and meaning for the software engineer, but to no avail. After what felt like an hour, Akido and Suzumi finally arrive. Suzumi gets out of the car and yells at Akido.
You should have listened to me! Oh, goodness, you drive like a girl!
It's funny to hear her say that. Akido gets out of the car and scoffs.
You have to stop when there's a stop sign. You can't just keep driving. Does the phrase drive carefully mean anything to you?
Are you implying that I'm a reckless driver?
That's not what I meant. I'm just saying that driving isn't a race.
Oh? So if it was a race, you would drive faster?
Damn right I will. I'd drive faster than you.
Oh, really?
As I watch those two argue over the driving skills, I ask myself if this is their way of showing affection with each other. Is this love? But then again, Akido also quarrels like this with Aki from time to time, so maybe not. Well, who knows? Maybe bickering with girls is part of his charm.
Shall we have a race then?
Sure, why not? Don't think I'll go easy on you.
No worries, I can handle anything. You dish out.
Good. I'll show you some of my Need for Speed underground skills.
Your what? I didn't want to get involved in their petty fight, so I head to the briefing room on my own.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back. Where's Suzumi and Akito?
They just took up street racing. They'll be here in a minute.
Well,
Aki stares at me, her eyes wide and expecting. What?
what did you guys manage to find out?
Honestly, not much.
You mean it wasn't the Phantom's work this time?
No, it was definitely him. It's just, I was hoping for something more... Well, I don't know what I was hoping for, really.
I guess things didn't turn out as we planned.
I settle into my seat at the table. You can say that.
That's it? Aren't you going to tell us what happened?
I'll leave it to Suzumi to update you guys. I'm too tired to explain things.
What? Tired? From what?
I don't bother to respond. I close my eyes and get deep in thought over the inconsistencies for this new case.
You can be such a meanie sometimes, Kazuki.
Just let him be, Aki. It's better for us to hear it from Suzumi anyway. Besides, has Kazuki ever taken the time to explain a crime scene to us?
No.
So there's no point in asking him to do it now.
Hey, I heard that. Suzumi and Akido enter the room a minute later.
Hello.
Oh, finally!
Huh?
Spill the beans! What did you guys manage to find out? Kazuki refuses to tell us anything.
I'd be really surprised if he told you.
I say nothing and stare daggers at her. Suzumi ignores me and proceeds to tell Kaoru and Aki what happened at the crime scene.
It's odd that the Phantom didn't leave behind any objects or clues this time.
Yeah.
Yes. Interestingly enough, there was only a bloody message and pattern.
So those are the only clues we have. Very interesting.
How is that interesting? I find it odd. I get the feeling that we're missing something here.
Is it really him this time? It doesn't seem like the Phantom to leave things out. He's usually so precise and detail-oriented.
By the way, Kaoru, did you set up the system on our main computer?
I sure did. We now have access to all police databases and more.
Yes! That's awesome news!
You think everything is awesome.
So true.
Well, at least you guys only hear it half of the time. I live with him, so I hear it a billion times per day.
What can I say? That's Akito for you.
Huh?
Akido stares back at us in confusion. I bet he was daydreaming again.
Back on topic. The databases are easy to access, so no one should have a problem with it.
Nice. I can't wait to try it.
Aki and I will show you guys a quick demonstration on how it works later.
That sounds great. Actually, could one of you download the files from the latest crime scene for me? I think it's best if we analyze them now.
Oh, let me do it.
But you don't know how.
Don't worry, I can figure it out. Besides, Kaoru said it's not that hard to operate. Just leave it to me.
Oh. Okay then.
Akido sits down in front of the main computer and starts working on downloading the files.
I would like to know what you guys think of the case. Especially the bloody pattern and the message on the mirror.
Yes, ma'am.
I tried to think of a symbol for him, but
You mean Deshimar?
yeah. But I can't seem to come up with anything. This is a tough one.
I know. I was thinking something about lines of wisdom, knowledge, or ability because computer engineers are known to be smart geeks. However, wisdom already applies to the teachers, so I have no clue with this one.
Hey,
What?
don't call people geeks. It's rude.
Hey, it's a known fact that computer engineers are geeks, okay? Besides, it's not like I'm saying it straight to their face.
That's not an excuse.
Alright, just calm down, Mom.
What?
I'm sorry for laughing, Aki. I just didn't expect Kazuki to call you Mom.
Same here. Sorry.
Aki scowls at me like a little kid. Is it me or is everyone picking on me today?
Hey, Kaoru?
Yes?
I think I did something wrong here.
Oh no. What did you do?
Nothing, I just...
Kaoru, can you please go see what Mr. Einstein did?
Sure.
Kaoru goes over to help Akido. I shake my head disapprovingly. No offense, but I don't think that computer will last long with Akido in charge.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm afraid you're right.
The files are ready in a few minutes, all thanks to Kaoru.
Oh yeah, am I awesome or what?
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, right. I couldn't have done it without my wonderful assistant.
Can you just hand over the files, Mr. Awesome?
Of course. Here you go, guys.
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Oh, Aki. Akido told us you used to be into spiritual symbols and such. Is that true?
Yeah. But that was a long time ago.
True, but you did read those books on symbols and stuff, right? Maybe you've seen this symbol that is similar to this bloody pattern or something.
Ugh, fine. I'll have a look.
Aki reluctantly picks up the photo of the bloody pattern and examines it.
Well, got any ideas?
I have no idea what this could be. I don't know. It looks weird.
Keep in mind that Deshi's body was placed right in the middle of it.
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that.
She picks up the next photo.
Yikes. That looks creepy.
Yes, it is.
And the Lord said, "Behold, the man has become one of us, to know good and evil." So this is why you're so certain that it's the Phantom. It's because of this religious reference, isn't it?
Yeah, you can totally tell he's talking about becoming God.
But it seems that he's making it a statement, rather than just a hopeful wish. It appears he's more confident this time around, too. He even added something about everlasting life here.
The guy is nuts, plain and simple.
No good and evil.
Did you say something, Aki?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just talking to myself.
Oh.
We hear a knock on the door.
Are we expecting someone?
Suzumi smiles at us before getting up to answer the door. What does she have planned for us this time?
Finally! Thank you so much. Keep the change.
She faces us, grinning from ear to ear.
So, who wants some Chinese food?
Ah, that's so sweet of you to order us some food.
I won't say no to food.
Awesome! Time to eat.
When did you order that? She hands each of us a bento box.
When we were in the parking lot.
Oh. She probably made the call right after I left.
Enjoy your meal, guys.
Thanks for the food. Sometime later.
Man, that was great!
Yeah, it was delicious.
I'm glad everyone liked it.
But I didn't say anything yet.
Sorry to break the mood, but We should get back to work now.
Yes, boss!
We all go back to examining the crime scene photos. I hate to admit it, but I have no clue where to start. I look back and forth from the pattern to the text on the mirror, but nothing comes to mind.
What's the matter, Kazuki?
It's nothing. I stare hard at the photos as I brainstorm away. There's got to be a hint. No good and evil. Tree of life. Live forever. These should be important, but how is it related to everything else?
Hey guys, I know that we sort of discussed this earlier, but what could represent a software engineer?
You mean like a personality trait?
Yes.
All I can think of is intelligence.
Or wisdom, like Kazuki mentioned earlier.
And here I thought we would be able to think better with some food in our stomach. It looks like it's not helping at all.
Yeah. Well, we already know that any item left at the crime scene is meant to represent the victim's occupation. Take Ernest's case, for example. The owl bookmark symbolizes wisdom. This is a perfect match to his occupation as teacher, because he's basically sharing wisdom by educating people.
True, but I don't think it's that simple with this case.
Yeah, it's definitely not. This one seems impossible to figure out.
I'm telling you guys, it's gotta be a computer. You know, technology and stuff.
I can feel a migraine coming on.
Maybe it's something stored in the computer?
That seems unlikely.
Hey, the guy dealt with computers, so it's a possibility, right?
But that just seems too easy. The first thing people would check are usually laptops, computers, hard drives, etc. Why would he leave a clue there?
Perhaps it's because it's the last place we'll look?
I believe the police are looking into it at this very moment.
Exactly, and they might find something.
But none of the other symbols have a hidden message or clue.
Not quite. Take the map. We know that it has to be someplace in Utna.
And the newspaper clipping actually refers to a date.
Precisely.
Okay, so what can this bloody pattern mean? Certainly doesn't resemble a computer or any technological device.
Maybe it's supposed to be a microchip, like Suzumi suggested earlier.
I don't know. I don't think it's that.
It seems a bit far-fetched, but it is the best fit for a software engineer.
True. Still, we must not jump to any conclusions.
Right.
So, Aki, I would like you to look into it. Perhaps we'll be able to discover something.
Understood. There's something primitive about the symbol, so maybe I'll start with Indian symbology first.
Hey, you're right, sis. No wonder the symbol looks so strange. This could be a symbol dated back to the primitive age.
You do realize that if that's true, then your theory would be completely wrong, right?
Okay, so we have a gist of what we're looking for then. Now, what about the text on the mirror?
I've got nothing for that.
Wow, seriously? That's unlike you.
All the stuff about God just isn't my thing. Kaoru does have a point, though. I haven't been able to come up with any ideas today. What's the matter with me lately?
Okay, what about the rest of you?
I'm concerned about this tree and eternal life thing. Personally, I see it as some reference to some legend about alchemy, seeing how it's connected with immortality and such.
That's an interesting theory. I wonder if all the texts are connected to each other.
Don't forget the text in the Blind Owl book.
Oh, nice catch, sis.
Thanks for reminding us, Aki. I guess it would be impossible for all the texts to just come from one book.
Yep.
Jeez, even Aki's being more productive than me right now.
The text on the sword is really short. It'll be impossible to figure out where that one came from.
Yes. Hopefully we'll have more luck with the text on the mirror.
I sure hope so.
It's strange how random text can completely tell us what the Phantom is thinking.
Oh wow, that was quite a sensible comment, Kazuki. You haven't said anything so reasonable in a long time.
Very funny. Suzumi checks her watch.
Let's stop here for today.
Ugh, good idea. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's meet at 9 a.m. as usual. We'll think of our next step tomorrow.
Maybe the police will be able to find another clue or something.
That would be great if they do.
Thank God, the meeting's finally over. We packed up our documents and then Suzumi locks up the office. We all stay and chat a bit.
You want me to give you a ride home, Kazuki?
Yeah, that'd be great.
What's the matter? Not feeling up to par today?
I guess you can say that.
You're probably just feeling disoriented from all the sleep you've been getting. I mean, there's hardly a time when you don't oversleep.
Everyone else nods in agreement. Why are you all ganging up on me today?
Hey, it's your fault.
Mine? How can it be my fault?
If you stop being late to work, then maybe we wouldn't tease you so much.
Haha. I've been arriving to work on time for the past few days, you know. Suzume simply smiles back. Just forget it. Everyone heads in a different direction. Well, except me. I quickly follow the Ishikawa siblings to Akito's car. Maybe it has something to do with the dream I had this morning. It never occurred to me that I wasn't quite being myself until the others brought it up. And they were right, too. I definitely wasn't at my best today. The only time I was truly focused was when I was at the crime scene. Somewhere, there's a shrine in the shadows where an old man prays. Until he noticed he was not alone. The other one quietly waited for the old man to finish his prayer. One last bow and the old man got up.
Ah, what brings you here, my old friend? You seldom pay a visit these days. Ha ha.
The old man smiled wryly.
I felt something. Something disturbing.
And what does disturb you?
The old man raised his head and looked at the ceiling as if he was trying to avoid some question instead of asking one.
It's been ages since the last time I felt so much anger, pain, and destruction.
That's funny. I thought you liked those things.
I'm not the man I used to be, and I no longer have the power I used to wield.
The old man looked at him, trying to find his eyes amidst the shadows under the hood.
Are you afraid of what could happen to yourself? Or is it something else?
The hooded man shuddered, but did his best to hide it from the old man.
I'm not afraid. Fear means nothing to me. But my land, my people.
I see. Even though your time has passed, as you often say, you still care.
Of course I do.
The old man smiled.
Ha! Even if you destroy 1,000 lives every day, I will create 1,500 more.
All hearing, I beg of you, tell me if you did hear anything about this. You are the only one who can answer my questions.
So I was wondering if he was going to reply, but the line that the old man just gave about if you kill 1,000, I'll create 1,500 is a reference to the Izanagi-Izanami legend. When Izanagi failed to retrieve Izanami, she said that she would kill 1,000 people every day she was locked in the underworld, and then Izanagi's reply is, well, then I'll create 1,500. A thunderous laughter came from the old man. He smiled and walked towards the hooded man.
Ha! It's the first time in centuries someone called me that. Sadly, what you are looking for is beyond my power, because it's beyond my understanding.
The hooded man lowered his head, somewhat disappointed.
That being said, I never thought you would ever admit you were scared. What is it?
It's something... no, someone. Someone who's been lost for ages.
And when he raised his head, the eyes burned with the blue flame.
If you were right, we should know about it, shouldn't we?
He turned around, hiding his hands behind his back. The hooded man was puzzled.
Aren't you concerned?
We both have lived long enough to know some things are unavoidable, even for us.
I know.
You should rest, my friend. You look tired. Whatever it is, it will be revealed soon.
The old man walked in the shadows, leaving without a trace. The hooded man remained there, still pondering his words.
How I wish I were wrong.